The diplomatic shuttle descended through Zalmora's crimson atmosphere, and Leo checked his translator device for the 100th time. The small earpiece flickered with an amber warning light, barely functional after taking shrapnel during the skirmish on Kepler 442b. As humanity's most decorated bodyguard, he'd protected corporate executives, war generals, and even Earth's chancellor. But this assignment was different. Princess Elsa of the Zalmoran Empire was the key to the entire peace treaty. Landing in 30 seconds, the pilot announced, "Remember, Sergeant, one diplomatic incident and humanity loses its mining rights to the entire Andromeda sector." Leo grunted acknowledgement, adjusting his dress uniform. 3 years of xenocultural training, and it all came down to not offending a purple-skinned princess from a species humans had barely stopped shooting at 6 months ago. The shuttle doors hissed open. Leo stepped onto crystalline ground that hummed beneath his boots, each step creating ripples of bioluminescent light. Waiting at the base of the landing pad stood Princess Elsa herself. She was tall, nearly 7 feet, with skin the color of deep amethyst and 4 arms adorned with intricate ceremonial bands. Her eyes, triple-irised and golden, fixed on Leo with an intensity that made his training kick in. Assess, analyze, protect. "Greetings, Princess Elsa," Leo said slowly, waiting for his faulty translator to process. "I am Sergeant Leo Chen, assigned as your personal protection during the treaty negotiations." The translator crackled. What emerged from the speaker was a garbled mess of Zalmoran syllables that made Leo wince. By the widening of Elsa's 3 pupils, he'd definitely said something wrong. Very wrong. Elsa's chromatic skin shifted through several shades, violet to crimson to pale lavender, a color language Leo had studied but couldn't quite interpret in real time. She spoke in melodic tones, her 4 hands moving in elaborate gestures. His translator wheezed out a response. "You honor my body." With traditional, mating challenge acceptance, Leo's blood went cold. "Wait, no, I didn't." But Elsa had already begun removing the ceremonial sash across her torso. "Stop." Leo held up both hands, frantically tapping his translator. "Malfunction. Device broken. No challenge." "Repeat, no challenge." The translator spat out what sounded like aggressive courting poetry. Elsa paused, her 4 hands frozen mid-motion, skin now cycling through confused yellows and greens. She tilted her head, studying the panicking human before her with what might have been amusement. Behind her, a contingent of Zalmoran guards had weapons half-drawn, clearly uncertain whether to shoot the human who'd just propositioned their princess or wait to see if he'd actually done so. Leo did the only thing his combat-trained mind could manage. He dropped to one knee, placed both fists over his heart in the universal gesture of peaceful intent, and very carefully began using hand signals from the xenocultural manual he'd memorized. "I come in peace. Protect only. Technology failure. Please forgive." Elsa watched his hand movements, her skin gradually settling into a calm azure. Then, to Leo's immense surprise, she laughed, a sound like crystal chimes in a windstorm. She replied with her own hand signals, her 4 arms creating a complex pattern. Human humor recognized. "Your device speaks like drunken poet. We shall fix." She approached, and Leo forced himself to remain still as she knelt before him, bringing her face level with his. Up close, he could see that her golden eyes held flecks of silver, and her expression carried genuine curiosity rather than offense. With one slender hand, she gently removed his translator. She examined it for precisely 3 seconds before crushing it into electronic powder. "Better," Elsa said in perfect, unaccented English. "These Zalmoran translation devices, too literal. Always causing wars." Leo's jaw dropped. "You speak English?" 15 human languages, Elsa replied, standing and offering him a hand up. "Also Mandarin, Hindi, Arabic. Your species talks much." I listened. She gestured at her guards, who relaxed. "My advisors said human bodyguard would be interesting." They were correct. You did not shoot when confused. You did not run. You chose communication. You tested me? Leo stood, accepting her hand. Her grip was surprisingly warm. "Every species tests its allies," Elsa said matter-of-factly, returning to fastening her ceremonial sash. "Zalmoran's test with combat challenges. I tested you with diplomatic one. You passed." That device was programmed to fail in most insulting way possible. That seems extreme. Humanity once glassed 3 of our colonies because Translator called our emperor a festering food animal. Elsa's skin flashed angry red at the memory. Words matter. Actions matter more. You chose peaceful action over violent instinct. This is why you will be good protector. Over the following days, as treaty negotiations proceeded in the spire city of Zalmora Prime, Leo came to understand the princess better. She wasn't just royalty. She was a xenolinguist, a warrior scholar who'd spent decades studying humanity's fractured cultures. Where her people saw hairless apes with too many weapons, she saw potential. You humans, she told him one evening as they reviewed security protocols, are terrifying. Not because you are violent, many species are violent, but because you are pack-bonded. You will die for strangers if you decide they are your people. This is not logical. This is not strategic. Her skin rippled thoughtful silver. This is beautiful. On the final day, when radical factions from both species attempted to sabotage the peace talks, it was Leo and Elsa who stood back to back in the treaty chamber. His human reflexes and her four-armed combat style proved devastatingly complementary. They neutralized 7 assassins before reinforcements arrived. As medics treated a graze wound on Leo's shoulder, Elsa sat beside him, her skin tired gray. "The treaty will pass now," she said quietly. "Violence brings clarity to cowards. They see we are serious about peace." "Is that why you really tested me on day 1? Leo asked. "Not just the translator thing. The whole assignment. You knew attacks were coming." "I needed a human who would stand with me, not just in front of me," Elsa admitted. "Bodyguards protect. Partners fight together. Humanity needs partners among the stars, Leo Chen, not just employers or enemies." Leo smiled despite the pain in his shoulder. "That almost sounded like friendship, Princess." Her skin flushed pale rose Zalmoran embarrassment. "Perhaps it is. Your species has strange effect. Make logical beings think illogical thoughts. Dangerous thoughts. Hopeful thoughts. Welcome to being human," Leo said. "We do that to everyone eventually." Elsa's laughter echoed through the chamber like music, and Leo realized that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their ships or their stubborn will to survive. It was their uncanny ability to turn aliens into friends, one broken translator at a time.